Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. You may want to check your pocket change, because that plain-looking quarter from 1989 just might be hiding something extraordinary. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1989 United States quarter dollar, a coin that millions carry every day without realizing its hidden value. But here's the kicker. Some of these coins are now worth much more than just 25 cents. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you might be flipping through your coin jar with brand new eyes. Let's start from the beginning. The 1989 quarter is part of the iconic Washington quarter series, a staple of American coinage since 1932. The Washington quarter was originally introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. And even though it was meant to be a one-year commemorative coin, it became so popular that it replaced the standing Liberty quarter and continued being minted ever since. Now let's zoom in on the design. On the obverse, or front side of the coin, you'll see the bold and dignified profile of George Washington, facing left. The word Liberty arches above his head, and just below his chin is the powerful national motto, "In God We Trust." Beneath the neckline, you'll find the year, in this case, 1989, stamped clearly. The reverse side of the coin showcases the proud American bald eagle with wings spread, clutching arrows in its talons and perched upon an olive branch. This design symbolizes the United States' dedication to both defense and peace. The designer of this classic look was none other than John Flanagan, a sculptor who left a lasting impression on American numismatics. The simplicity, symmetry, and strength of this design have made it instantly recognizable for nearly a century. In 1989, these quarters were struck at three main U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint placed its mark just behind the ponytail of Washington on the obverse. Philadelphia coins have no mint mark at all. Denver quarters carry a small D, and San Francisco quarters are marked with an S. While Philadelphia and Denver mints produced regular circulating coins, the San Francisco mint focused on making proof coins, coins struck with special care and extra detail for collectors. Let's talk numbers for a second. The Philadelphia Mint produced a whopping 512 million quarters in 1989. Denver wasn't far behind, with 896 million. San Francisco, being a proof-only mint that year, struck about 3.2 million coins. That's a tiny fraction, and it plays a big role in which of these coins are the most valuable today. What makes a 1989 quarter valuable? After all, there are over 1 billion of them out there. The answer lies in condition, errors, and unique characteristics. First off, condition is everything. A 1989 quarter fresh from the mint in pristine, uncirculated condition, known in the collecting world as mint state, can be worth more than face value. If it's graded MS-65 or higher, it can command prices of $10 to $25, sometimes even more at auction. Now, let's talk about errors. These are the real treasures. Some 1989 quarters were struck with off-center errors, doubling on the lettering, or misaligned dies. One of the most sought-after types is the double die obverse, where the inscriptions, such as Liberty or In God We Trust, appear slightly doubled due to a minting misalignment. These error coins are rare, and collectors will pay a hefty premium to add them to their collections. Depending on the severity and clarity of the error, these coins can fetch anywhere from $100 to several $1,000s. Another rarity to watch for is the proof coin with a cameo or deep cameo finish. These coins, struck in San Francisco, have mirror-like fields and frosted raised elements. A 1989 S-proof quarter-graded PR70 deep cameo by a major grading company can be worth upwards of $50 to $150 or more, especially if demand is high. What's the market like today for 1989 quarters? Let's break it down. Circulated 1989 quarters, the kind you might find in your pocket change, are generally worth just face value. But coins in uncirculated condition can go for $2 to $10, depending on luster, strike quality, and eye appeal. Mint state coins graded MS-65 regularly sell for around $15 to $25 on platforms like eBay and heritage auctions. But the real surprises are in the top population coins, those graded MS-67 or higher, which are few and far between. These coins can go for $100 to over $500, depending on demand. And don't forget those error coins we mentioned. Some extremely rare error examples have recently sold at auction for prices north of $1,000. One notable off-center error, 1989, D quarter and high grade sold for $1,750 just last year. That's a huge return for a coin someone may have once spent on a soda. Proof coins, especially the 1989 SPR70 deep cameo examples, are hot commodities in the collector's world. These can trade hands for $75 to $200 or more, depending on the auction and bidder competition. Now you're probably wondering, how do I know if I have a valuable 1989 quarter? Here are a few simple steps you can take. Check the mint mark. A 1989 S-proof coin? That's worth a closer look. Examine the coin's condition. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for sharp details, luster, and signs of wear. Look for errors. Pay close attention to the lettering. Is anything doubled? Is the design off-center? Is the rim unusually thick or thin? Compare your coin to images of graded examples online. Websites like PCGS and NGC have photo databases of coins at various grades, and these can help you make a rough assessment. Step 5. If your coin looks promising, get it professionally graded. It's an investment, but for high-value coins, it's often worth to wrap it up. The 1989 quarter may not be ancient or made of silver, but don't let that fool you. It holds a rich place in American history, and under the right conditions, it could be worth far more than face value. Whether it's a pristine proof, a misstruck error, or a top-grade mint state coin, the 1989 quarter is more than just pocket change. It's a piece of American numismatic legacy to own. Next time you hear that familiar jingle in your pocket, take a second look. You might be holding on to a small fortune without even realizing it. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe for more coin treasure hunts, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a drop of coin collecting knowledge. Drop a comment below and tell us, have you ever found a valuable coin in your change? Today, we're diving deep into the 1991 United States quarter dollar, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but has a wild story, rare varieties, and a surprisingly high market value for collectors in the know. Let's rewind time a bit. The year was 1991. George H.W. Bush was president, grunge music was exploding, and a gallon of gas cost about $1.12. But in the world of coins, the U.S. Mint was busy churning out millions of quarters. Specifically, they minted 3 main versions of the quarter that year, from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. These are marked by their mint marks, a small letter on the coin just to the right of George Washington's ponytail. So what's the big deal with the 1991 quarter? Why are collectors hunting for these like buried treasure? Let's break it down. Section 1. The basics. What is a 1991 quarter? The 1991 quarter dollar is part of the Washington Quarter series, which began all the way back in 1932. This design, with George Washington on the obverse or heads side and the majestic bald eagle on the reverse or tails side, remained unchanged until the state quarters program launched in 1999. In 1991, the U.S. Mint produced over 1 billion quarters across all mints. Here's the breakdown. Philadelphia, no mint mark about 571 million. Denver, D about 630 million. San Francisco, S, proof only about 2.8 million, with so many minted. You might think these coins are common and not worth much. But stay with me, because there are key exceptions. This is where things get juicy. Not all 1991 quarters are created equal. A few special coins from that year are worth hundreds to thousands of dollars due to rare errors or pristine condition. Let's look at the most valuable types. 1. 1991 S-proof quarter. No, S, error-proof coins are specially made with polished dies and blanks for coin collectors, and they usually have an S mint mark from San Francisco. But on rare occasions, a proof coin is struck without a mint mark. One such error happened in the past with other dates. If a similar no S-proof coin from 1991 exists, it would be an extreme rarity, potentially worth thousands. Always check your proof sets carefully. If your 1991 quarter shows part of the design missing, or if it's clearly off-center, don't spend it. These off-center strike errors can fetch anywhere from $50 to over $300 depending on how dramatic the misalignment is. Some 1991 quarters show doubling on the words "In God We Trust" or "Liberty." If you spot clear doubling, especially on the lettering, that could be a double die obverse error, and these are highly collectible. Prices range from $100 to $500 or more depending on condition and clarity. Collectors pay top dollar for coins that look almost perfect, no scratches, no blemishes, full detail. A 1991 quarter graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can sell for hundreds of dollars. One example even sold for over $1,300 at auction. So what should you check if you've got a 1991 quarter in your collection, or even just in your change? Key signs to look for: a mirror-like surface? Might be a proof coin.no mint mark where there should be? Could be a rare error. Misaligned design? Check for off-center strike, doubling of letters or numbers. Look closely under a magnifier. Extremely sharp, clear detail and no wear? Might be mint state grade. And don't forget, condition is everything in the world of coin collecting. A regular 1991 quarter in your change is probably worth 25 cents. But the same coin, untouched and perfectly preserved, could be worth a small fortune. Let's talk real numbers. As of 2025, here are some approximate current market values for 1991 quarters. Circulated common quarter, $0.25 uncirculated MS65, $5 to $15 high-grade MS67, $100 to $300 plus rare error types, double dies, off-center $100 to $500 plus proof 1991, S deep cameo, $20 to $50 rare errors or no S proof coins, if discovered $2,000 or more, and remember, values can vary based on demand, rarity, and grading. So if you think you have something special, always get it professionally appraised or graded. Section 5. Final thoughts. Could you be holding one? The next time you check your spare change, think twice before spending that 1991 quarter. You might just have a piece of numismatic gold in your hands. From historical significance to rare errors and booming market prices, this humble coin is far more fascinating than most people realize. And who knows? That old quarter at the bottom of your drawer might be the beginning of your next treasure hunt or your next big payday. Thanks for watching, Coin Hunters. If you found this video valuable, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you never miss an episode. Drop a comment below if you've got a 1991 quarter or any rare coin and tell us your story. Who knows? We might feature it in the next video. Today, we're diving deep into the world of American coins, specifically the 1993 United States quarter dollar. You might think it's just another coin gingling in your pocket or hiding in your couch cushions. But what if I told you this seemingly ordinary quarter could be worth far more than 25 cents? In fact, some rare versions of the 1993 quarter are selling for hundreds, even thousands of dollars in auctions and private sales. So buckle up, because we're about to uncover the incredible history, hidden details, and market secrets behind the 1993 U.S. quarter dollar coin. Let's start with the basics. The 1993 United States quarter dollar is part of the long-running Washington quarter series. First introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the Washington quarter has become one of the most recognizable coins in the country. By 1993, the coin had been in circulation for over 60 years, but that year's minting was anything but boring. In 1993, the U.S. Mint struck hundreds of millions of quarters across three major facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. If you look closely, you'll see tiny mint marks on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. A P for Philadelphia, a D for Denver, and an S for San Francisco. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The San Francisco Mint didn't just make regular quarters, they also produced special proof coins. These proof coins were struck using polished dies and specially treated planchets, giving them a mirror-like background and frosted designs. They were never meant for circulation and were sold directly to collectors in limited quantities. If you've got one of these proof coins from 1993, you're already holding something much rarer and potentially more valuable. Let's talk about design. The obverse side features the iconic portrait of George Washington, originally sculpted by John Flanagan. His stern yet calm expression symbolizes strength and stability, and this same design was used for decades until the state quarters program began in 1999. Flip the coin over, and you'll see an American bald eagle with wings spread wide, clutching a bundle of arrows in its talons, perched above two olive branches. This image, powerful and proud, represents both the strength and the peaceful intent of the United States. These fine details can help you distinguish between circulated and uncirculated coins, or even spot minting errors, which we'll get into next. Now here's what really gets collectors excited: rare varieties and minting errors. The 1993 quarter has a few known errors that can drastically increase its value. One of the most sought-after types is the double die error. This occurs when the die that strikes the coin has a slight misalignment, creating a doubled image. If you see doubling on the words "Liberty," "In God We Trust," or even the date 1993, you could be looking at a coin worth hundreds of dollars, depending on condition. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't properly aligned with the die, resulting in a lopsided image. If the design is off-center by 5 to 10%, it might fetch a small premium, but if it's more than 50% off and the date is still visible, that's a jackpot. Some of these have sold for over $1,000. Then there are clip planchet errors, where a piece of the coin's edge is missing due to an irregular blank. Again, these errors can make your coin highly desirable among collectors. Of course, condition matters a lot. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating a better preserved coin. A 1993 quarter in circulated condition might only be worth face value, unless it has an error. But a coin in mint state, especially those graded MS-65 or higher, can command significant premiums. And if you have a proof coin from San Francisco graded PR-69 or PR-70, you could be looking at serious money. Even without errors, some perfectly struck 1993 quarters with full, sharp details can fetch over $50 or more. And that's just the beginning. If your coin has rarity, luster, and appeal. So, what is the current market value of the 1993 quarter dollar? As of 2025, here are some general price ranges to keep in mind. A regular 1993 P or 1993 D quarter in average circulated condition is still worth 25 cents. A mint state 1993 P or 1993 D quarter graded MS-65 can be worth $5 to $15. An MS-67 example may jump to $50 or more. Proof coins from San Francisco, especially deep cameo proofs, can sell for $10 to $100 depending on the grade. Double die errors, off-center strikes, and other unique minting mistakes can range from $100 to well over $1,000. Rare high grade examples in top condition can even reach higher prices if sold at auction. Collectors are always on the hunt for coins with exceptional characteristics. And thanks to rising interest in numismatics and the ease of online auctions, the value of rare coins like the 1993 quarter is only going up. So how do you know if you've got a valuable 1993 quarter? Here's a quick checklist. Check the mint mark. S indicates a proof coin, which is usually more valuable. Look closely for errors, doubling, off-center strikes, clipped edges. Examine the condition. Sharp details, little wear, and no scratches are key. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to spot fine details. If you think you've got something special, consider getting it graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. To the untrained eye, the 1993 quarter might look like pocket change, but with the right knowledge, a little patience, and maybe some luck, it could be a hidden gem. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, it's worth taking a closer look at those coins you've been overlooking. So next time you get change at the store, don't just toss those quarters into a jar. Check the date, examine the mint mark, and look for unusual characteristics. That one coin could be your unexpected treasure. If you found this video helpful or interesting, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more coin collecting insights, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Got a cool 1993 quarter in your collection? Drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story. And as always, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep the history alive, one coin at a time. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might be sitting quietly in your pocket change, but could actually be worth way more than 25 cents. Yes, we're talking about the 1998 United States quarter dollar, a coin that's part of everyday life. But behind its simple design lies a story of American history, minting precision, and in some rare cases, a shocking value that could put hundreds or even thousands of dollars in your pocket. So don't blink, because by the end of this video, you might just run to check your coin jar. Let's get into the fascinating world of the 1998 quarter. The 1998 U.S. quarter dollar is part of the iconic Washington quarter series. This coin was struck by the United States Mint and features the classic portrait of George Washington on the obverse, or front, designed by John Flanagan, a design that had been used since 1932 to honor the bicentennial of Washington's birth. Now, the reverse side of the 1998 quarter still features the eagle with outstretched wings, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, symbolizing America's strength and desire for peace. This design was used from 1932 until 1998, and here's something fascinating. 1998 was the last year this eagle reverse design was ever used. Yes, starting in 1999. The U.S. Mint launched the highly popular 50-state quarters program, where each state was honored with its own unique reverse design. So the 1998 quarter? It marks the end of an era, a final salute to a design that had graced American pockets for over 65 years. And that alone gives this coin a special place in numismatic history. The 1998 quarter was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Philadelphia carry no mint mark. Coins from Denver carry a small d mint mark on the obverse side. Coins from San Francisco, marked with an S, were proof coins struck for collectors. Now, here's where it starts to get interesting. While hundreds of millions of these coins were struck for circulation, not all of them are equal in value. Some rare versions, error coins, and proof strikes can sell for far more than face value. Here are the mintage numbers. Philadelphia, over 896 million coins. Denver, over 821 million coins. San Francisco, proof coins around 2.1 million in clad composition, and approximately 878,000 in silver. Now, with numbers this high, you might be wondering, why would a 1998 quarter be worth anything more than 25 cents? Well, the value comes down to a few very specific factors: condition, errors, and scarcity in high-grade examples. And trust me, collectors pay top dollar for the right one. Let's talk about what really gets collectors excited: error coins. These are coins that came off the press with mistakes, and they can be incredibly valuable. Here are some of the notable and valuable errors found in 1998 quarters. Off-center strike, if the design is not properly centered. Especially 10% or more off, the coin becomes rare and desirable. Depending on the severity and eye appeal, these can fetch $50 to $300 or more. Double die obverse, DDO. This is when the coin has doubling on the front, especially around the lettering, like Liberty or In God We Trust. A strong double die can bring in hundreds of dollars. Clip planchet. This is when a piece of the coin's edge is missing due to a cutting error. These can range in value from $30 to $150, depending on the size and location of the clip. Broad strike, a coin struck without a collar, causing the edges to spread out unnaturally. This error can be worth $50 to $200 depending on condition. Transitional errors or wrong planchet errors. In extremely rare cases, a coin might be struck on a foreign or incorrect metal planchet. If such a 1998 quarter exists, it could be worth thousands. So always examine your quarters carefully. A small mistake from the mint could mean a big payday for you. Even if your 1998 quarter isn't an error coin, it can still have significant value if it's in pristine condition. That's where coin grading comes in. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS 60 to MS 65 is in mint state, showing nowhere. A coin graded MS 67 or higher is considered superb quality and can be quite valuable. A regular 1998 P or 1998 D quarter in MS 67 has been known to sell for between $75 and $150 at auction. An MS 68 example, though rare, can command up to $500 or more. Now, if you happen to have a proof 1998 S silver quarter graded PR 70 deep cameo, it could fetch $100 to $250, depending on market demand. Let's take a look at what these coins are actually selling for right now in the collector's market. Regular circulated 1998 quarters, still worth 25 cents, unless an error is present. High-grade 1998 P or 1998 D quarters, MS 67 or MS 68 between $100 and $500. Depending on the coin and buyer point. 1998 S proof clad quarter, about $5 to $15 depending on grade point. 1998 S silver proof quarter, $10 to $30 in lower grades, up to $250 for a PR 70 DCM. Error coins can range from $50 to well over $1,000 based on rarity and demand. Collectors and dealers are always on the lookout for high-grade examples, rare errors, and proof coins in top condition. The market fluctuates, but one thing remains consistent. The 1998 quarter holds collector interest as the final coin before the state quarters era.so. Why should you care about the 1998 quarter? Because it's more than just pocket change. It's a piece of American history, a turning point in modern coinage, a final farewell to the eagle reverse, and in some cases, a hidden treasure hiding in plain sight. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a casual enthusiast, or just someone curious about what's in your spare change, the 1998 quarter proves that sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest stories. So here's what I want you to do next. Go check your coin jars, your car's cup holder, or that forgotten drawer in the kitchen. Look closely at those 1998 quarters. You never know. You might be holding on to something far more valuable than you thought. And if you find anything interesting, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your stories, and I might even feature your coin in a future video. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on more hidden coin treasures. Today, we're diving deep into the world of coins, and not just any coin. We're talking about the 2001 United States quarter dollar, a coin you've probably seen or even spent without thinking twice. But what if I told you that some of these coins could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars today? Yes, you heard that right. That little piece of metal sitting in your change jar might just be a hidden treasure. So grab your coin collections and stay with me because you don't want to miss this. Let's rewind the clock a bit and talk about the year 2001. This was the third year of the legendary 50-state quarters program launched by the United States Mint. This program started in 1999 and ran through 2008, releasing 5 new state-themed quarters each year in the order that states joined the Union. In 2001, 5 different quarters were released: New York, North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Kentucky. These coins were more than just currency. They were miniature pieces of art, each one telling a story about the state it represented. But not all quarters are created equal. Some versions of the 2001 quarter dollar coins are incredibly valuable today due to rare minting errors, limited mintages, or unique collector demand. Now, let's talk about where these coins were minted. The 2001 quarters were struck at 3 major U.S. mint locations. Philadelphia Mint. Coins from this mint have a P mint mark. Denver Mint. Coins from this location carry a D mint mark. San Francisco Mint. These were special proof coins with an S mint mark. The Philadelphia and Denver mints produced billions of coins meant for circulation. However, the San Francisco Mint produced limited edition proof coins, including clad and silver proofs, that were primarily intended for collectors. These proof coins are typically of much higher quality, with a mirror-like finish and intricate details. Now here's where things get really interesting. Let's talk about rare varieties and valuable mint errors. Some of the 2001 quarters have become incredibly collectible because of these factors. First up, let's talk about double die errors. These occur when the coin is struck more than once with a slightly misaligned die, creating a shadow-like duplication in the lettering or design. A 2001 quarter with a strong doubling on the date, state name, or motto can sell for hundreds of dollars, sometimes even more depending on the strength and visibility of the doubling. Another highly sought-after error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't properly aligned in the press. Depending on how far off-center it is, these can be worth $50 to over $300 or more. Then there are the broad strike errors. These coins are struck without a retaining collar, so they expand and have an unusual, slightly flattened shape. Collectors love these because they're so visually unique. Let's not forget about coins that were struck on the wrong planchets. Imagine a 2001 quarter struck on a nickel planchet or even on a foreign coin blank. These are extremely rare and can easily sell for over $1,000. Let's take a closer look at each of the 5 2001 state quarters individually, because each one has its own story and collector value. New York quarter features the Statue of Liberty with an outline of the state behind her. Watch out for die cracks around the torch or doubling in the text. Those errors have sold for upwards of $200. North Carolina quarter depicts the Wright brothers' first flight. A well-preserved proof version or one with a strong double die can fetch around $50 to $300, especially in pristine condition. Rhode Island quarter. This one showcases a sailing ship gliding through Narragansett Bay. There are known examples with off-center strikes and die clashes that have sold for $100 or more. Vermont quarter shows a pair of maple trees being tapped for sap and a man collecting it. These can have interesting rim cut errors, where part of the coin's edge is visibly flawed. Some error coins sold for $75 to $500 depending on severity. Kentucky quarter depicts Federal Hill Mansion and a thoroughbred horse, symbolizing the bluegrass state. A particularly rare Kentucky quarter with a double die obverse has been seen in auctions for $300 or more. Now let's break down exactly what makes a 2001 quarter valuable. It comes down to 4 key factors. Mint errors, as we've covered. Coins with striking mistakes or planchet anomalies are often the most valuable. Mint mark and mintage. Coins with lower mintage numbers or from specific mints like San Francisco can be more valuable. Condition. A coin in uncirculated or proof condition is always worth more than one that's been rattling around in someone's pocket. Demand. Collector interest plays a huge role. A rare error might be interesting, but if collectors aren't looking for it, its value can drop. Fortunately, state quarters are still very popular. So, what's the market like for these coins today? A regular 2001 quarter from circulation is worth 25 cents, maybe a little more if it's in better than average shape. A 2001 proof quarter, especially silver, in perfect condition can go for $5 to $25 depending on the state and condition. Error coins? This is where the money is. Prices range from $50 for minor errors to over $1,000 for major striking errors or double dies. Certified coins that are graded by companies like PCGS or NGC and have a mint state grade of 67 or higher can fetch hundreds of dollars from serious collectors. The key is finding coins with exceptional details or rare mistakes. And if you've got one in a high grade, you might just be holding a small fortune. So how do you know if you've got one of these rare coins? Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, cracks, or off-center strikes. Look closely at the mint mark and inspect the edges and faces of the coin. If you're not sure what you've got, you can take it to a coin dealer or submit it for grading. Also, sites like eBay and coin auction platforms can give you a good idea of what similar coins are selling for. But be careful. Prices fluctuate and condition is everything. So there you have it. The 2001 United States quarter dollar might just be more valuable than you think. Whether you're a casual collector, a coin enthusiast, or just someone hoping to strike gold in your pocket change, it's always worth taking a closer look. Let me know in the comments. Do you have any 2001 quarters in your collection? Have you ever come across a rare mint error? I'd love to hear your stories. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more rare coin deep dives, and ring that bell so you don't miss our next video, where we'll be covering the most valuable nickels you might already own. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy coin hunting.